Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Wouldn't it be nice to have a blueprint for your approach to motivating and guiding your team? Did you know that there's one simple thing that can help you improve communication to motivate your team toward better performance? If you want to know what top executives know about taking your leadership from good to great, then you're in the right place. In this episode, we'll discuss the special secret sauce that you can use to manage your team better, and you'll have a total control over it. It's something that all good leaders know about standing out in their field. So if you're interested in knowing what your secret sauce is and how to use it, stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to the best place for entrepreneurs and corporate professionals who want tips to lead your team towards business success. If you're new to me, I want to wish you a very warm welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. My name is Jaboria Scott, and I'm a leadership coach and management consultant. Right out of the gate, let me say that whether you're promoted into a corporate leadership position or if you're an entrepreneur leading your team for your business, the first order of business is usually focusing on business goals and objectives and getting busy with the business of getting the job done. And that's okay. While that's fine, it's a worthy goal because that's what you're there to do, move the business forward. It's also important, though, to remember that how you interact with the people who help you move your business objectives forwards makes all the difference to your business success. This is where identifying and developing your personal leadership style comes in. The key way to connect with the people who you lead is to think about what your personal style or your approach to your role as the leader should and could be to operate in your zone of genius. That's why in today's episode, we're focused on the special ingredient of knowing what your leadership style is and why it's important to your job success and some of the key benefits that knowing your personal leadership style can have on your job performance. And a little later on in this episode, I'll also tell you what you can do to discover what your unique leadership style is for top performance. Something that I want to mention first is that there are lots of people who don't have a clear picture of what their unique leadership style is. So you're not alone if you're curious about what yours might be. Knowing your leadership style basically helps you to do your job more effectively because understanding your individual style helps you know how and why you perform your job in a certain way and how your thought process and your actions affect how you interact with other people. Understanding your personal leadership style also comes with the added ability to determine when and where you need to modify your behaviors or your patterns to adapt and perform even better in your job role. When I think of why it's important to define your leadership style, there are three main benefits that stand out in my mind. The first benefit of understanding your leadership style is that it provides you with valuable insights into your strengths and it identifies your opportunities for growth. Defining your leadership style allows you to play to your strengths, leveraging them to inspire and motivate your team effectively. This means that over time, you'll understand how to leverage your strengths to build rapport and nurture the talent within your team. Knowing your personal leadership style also gives you insight into how you perceive things and people. This is because it enhances your awareness that we all operate from different perspectives. Bit by bit, you'll see a shift as your people leadership skills improve. You'll be able to identify when your particular style is counterproductive to your team's progress and make adjustments. Let me give you an example. A directive leadership style is great for a crisis management situation like a surgeon in an operating room or a fire chief leading their team in a home fire search and rescue situation. When the leader takes charge in the decision-making process in those situations, it works because the team needs to follow directives to move quickly and function as a well-organized unit. But if a coaching approach is more of your leadership style, it might be more appropriate to situations where you're teaching a new hire a new job procedure. You may want to use a coaching approach as an employee gets acclimated to the new job process and becomes more skilled and proficient in that new job role. I was thinking about making an episode where I review the most common leadership styles with examples of how they show up in business. Let me know if you're interested in something like that by clicking the like button, and I'll be sure to make that video. So what I'm saying here at this point is that knowing what your unique leadership style is gives you insight into your natural approach to a given situation. This will enhance your flexibility and your responsiveness as you develop as a leader. The point here is understanding your leadership style helps you to create a cooperative teamwork environment where those who report to you can do their best work because they understand you. It'll help you to inspire and motivate your direct reports in a way that's authentic and comes across as genuine to your team. Ultimately, this kind of self-awareness improves communication, it helps you to build trust, and contributes to a cohesive, successful leadership journey. The second benefit of knowing what your leadership style is that it helps you to build a good working relationship with your supervisor or with your partners if you work in a business where you co-create. Knowing your leadership style is instrumental in building professional connections with your co-business owner or with your supervisor because by understanding your preferred methods of communication, decision-making, and problem-solving, etc., you can align your actions and manage everyone's expectations. This kind of business alignment doesn't mean that you'll agree with everything the other person says or does, but it creates a more effective working relationship because you get to know them as they get to know your style, and you'll discover how your leadership style complements each other's. Let me tell you that the mere fact that you actually recognize that leadership styles vary from person to person and you're tapping into it demonstrates that you have a proactive and self-aware approach to leadership. Also, when you can articulate and discuss your leadership style, it shows your in-depth commitment to your professional and personal development. It's very impressive because it demonstrates a level of self-awareness and professionalism that improves mutual understanding and builds trust. This shared understanding of your leadership approaches leads to open communication and collaboration, contributing to a positive working dynamic between you and that other person. I'll give you a personal previous corporate example. There was a time where I was out of the office on leave and there was a particular email communication chain with HR and that my supervisor was looking for and wanted to reference. I was later told by one of my colleagues that my supervisor was confident that I had forwarded the email and the communication because they knew I had a track record of consistent follow-up and consistent communication and a track record of record keeping. That's a part of my style. And they could depend on it. My follow-up game was strong at the time. And it was definitely a part of my leadership style where I sat in the strategy area for my leadership type. I know this may sound overly simplistic as an example, but the point that I'm trying to make is that when you communicate and demonstrate your unique leadership style, those who work with you will come to know your characteristics and they can rely on you when it counts. Understanding your frame of reference in terms of your personal style will help you to tailor your approach towards conversations, how you approach projects, and goal achievement. Being able to adapt and build a cohesive working relationship with your boss or your co-partner, I say, is a super important superpower that'll help you to be successful in your job. The third benefit of knowing what your individual leadership style is can benefit you in unexpected ways. Here's what I mean. If you're interviewing for a new leadership position or for a promotion, being able to articulate your unique leadership style gives your prospective employer an idea of whether or not you're going to be suited to the role. It'll give them a picture or an understanding if you're a good fit for the team that you'll be responsible for leading, and it gives them an idea of how you'll fit into their organizational culture. Knowing your leadership style benefits you in this scenario because it means that you can be more selective in your job choice. When you align your core values and your unique leadership style with the vision, mission, and values of the company that you want to work for, you can usually increase your personal job experience and your satisfaction. This means that you're armed with a deeper understanding of which job role is right for you. The reality is that most people choose a job because the pay is good, or they look at the job description and think, hey, I could do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got to pay the bills, right? There's absolutely no judgment from me on this point. For many people, it's kind of a gamble in terms of pay equaling job satisfaction. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But what if you took a different approach? By using what you know about your leadership style to become a little bit more selective in your job choice. If and when you can, of course. You see, the higher up you go in levels of leadership, the more opportunities you'll have to be a little bit more picky in the job that you choose. This is often because you have the experience and work history to support you and make you a more marketable and desirable candidate. And you also have the benefit of knowing your leadership style to factor into the equation so that you know if that role is right for you. So choosing an employment opportunity where the job description, the company's core values, and their mission all align with what you stand for and how you work best, meaning your leadership style, could make for a winning combination. It's all about creating your personal synergy if and when you can. Now, I'm not saying that workplaces don't come with frustrations. We know that anytime you bring a group of individuals together, there will be both rewards and challenges. But being a little bit more selective in your future job choices by asking specific questions about your team and your prospective employers and comparing that to your personal leadership style can go a long way to putting you at an advantage as you create your ideal career path. So I've said a lot in this episode, and you may be asking, do I have to remain in one leadership style or do I display multiple tendencies? And my response is, while each of us usually possesses a particular style that comes more naturally to us, the best leaders have the ability to move in and out of leadership styles as the need arises, even if you naturally gravitate toward one particular style. So it's perfectly fine and normal to adapt your leadership style as you need to. And your leadership style may also evolve and change as you gain new experiences. Leadership qualities show up in different ways for people in many different ways. But it's important to know what your personal leadership style is so that you can identify your areas of growth and positively influence those around you. Now, if you want to know how to figure out what your leadership style is, click the link below and take our free What's Your Leadership Style quiz and discover how you can leverage your talent to lead people toward achieving business success. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell if you want to see more videos just like this one. As always, have a great week, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.